Hello, folks. We are doing the chair assignment right now. I'm going to start off with the orthographic drawing of it. Get a little zoom here. Orthographic, side, front, and top, and then we'll do the isometric. All right, so let's get started. Over on AutoCAD here, I have my template. Yours would say template and your last name on it, and it will have your logo. Most important of all is we need to save as and rename it. So I'm going to call this chair. Let's put our last names into this one here. Chairs. For me, obviously my last name. You put your last name in though. I'm making sure I'm in my DDP folder and we hit save. Let's go over to the modeling tab right over here. We can get rid of all this, Control A and then delete. And let's just push this right down to the corner like that. All right, so let's take a look at the drawing again right here. We're going to need the measurements of the sides. So if I toggle my way through here, there we go. We see that we have all of our measurements. So let's start with this bottom line right here. 1 5/8 for this little piece, 1 foot 2.5 inches for the middle piece, and then the last line or piece is 1 5/8 because this and this are the same width. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to grab the line tool right here, click and bring it over, F8 to make nice straight lines with the ortho. So we are looking at 1 5/8. So here's how we put in numbers and fractions. 1 dash and then 5/8. And then we'll hit enter or space bar, and there's our first line. We're continuing straight through though. Next one is 1. Now we have to do the foot symbol, which looks like an apostrophe, dash. Then the 2, which is the 2 inches, another dash. And then we're going to be doing 1/2. So we'll say 1. All right, so that's how we do it as fractions. Now we need to put another one in at 1 5/8. So we'll say 1 dash 5/8. All right, so now we have this line and this line equal on both sides, and then the one down the middle. Whoops, that was an accident. Here we go, one down the middle. Okay, so that gives us a base. Let's see, what do we want to do now? Why don't we start from the left and work our way over? So let's start out with this 2 foot 1 3/4 inch line, which is from the bend down. Straight line, just like that. So here is the line tool. I have my OSNAP turned on. I made sure I went to the properties. Everything's checked off. Let's float here, click, and go straight up. That is 2. Now we have to do the foot symbol, which is the apostrophe again, dash, and then 1, dash, and then 3/4. So that's, again, this is how you do the fractions on it. We'll hit the space bar or enter, and there's our break right there. Let's hit space bar and just see what we've got here. So we have this line and we have this line right here. Great. Okay, next, actually, let's go back to the picture. Next, we're going to put this little bend in right here. It says it's 99 degrees and it is 6 1/6 of an inch long on here. So let's use one of the 2 techniques you learned in class. We'll get the line tool. We're going to click here on the end. Now, I have the ortho turned on. You don't have to turn it off, but I'll turn it off so it looks a little nicer for the demo here. So let's put the length in. 6 1/6. We'll hit tab, not enter or spacebar, tab, and then we're putting in the degrees, the angle, which is going to be 99. And then we'll hit spacebar. I'm not spacebar, I'm sorry. You have to hit enter on this one. Enter, and there's our angle. All right, so now we've got this line to put in. Now we could just offset, or because we did individual lines, we can copy and paste. So let's do that. Once again, real quick here, we could offset by 1, what is it? Oh, 1 dash and 5/8. We could just offset like this. Or we can take this, copy it, and bring it right over like this. You just got to find where the end point is. Here's the midpoint. Here's the end point. All right. Now we could take this one and copy that and bring it right over. Just like that. And then this is just connect the dots. So there's the bend, whole back part of the chair there. Okay. So now we've got to put in, we've got this line, we've got to put this line in, 2 3/4. This is also 2 3/4. Let's keep that in mind. All right. So let's go to the drawing here. We're doing that bottom one. So let's use the offset for this one because there's no reference on the side. So offset tool, it wants the distance. So we're going to put in, it's 2 3/4. Now watch this. Let's do it as a decimal point. 2.75. If you know your decimals to fraction conversions, you can use decimal points. 2.75, same as 2 3/4. Hit enter, click it, float above, and click again. All right, that gives us that line right there. Let's work our way over. So we've got this line and this line, right? We could put this top line in. Actually, nope, we want to put this line in first. Let's put this line in, because then we'll have a reference here. So let's get a copy of this line right here from the bottom, and we need to float to where the end is, right there. And that's easy because it lines up with this. So again, you've got the midpoint here and then the end, just like that. And it's actually the wrong length, so we're going to delete that. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to get the line tool, find that point again, click and drag up, and then we'll look at the sheet. It is 1 foot 5 inches. So we're going to go 1 foot dash 5. There it is. By the way, let's take a look at the picture. That's right here, 1 foot 5. You want to do a little math. 1 foot is 12, plus 5 is 17. So you could just type in 17 and get the 17 inches if you choose. All right, so these two lines are the same. So let's just copy and bring that over now. Just like that. Okay, and now we could take this one, bring that straight up like that. Let's copy this one, bring that one straight up, just like that. Sure, you could draw a line straight across, but you're going to need to offset it, so it needs to be short. You'll be in trouble, sort of. So another 2 3/4. Let's offset 2.75, as mentioned earlier. We're going to click this and bring it down. Save. All right, so it looks like we've got all of this done. We need to put the cushion here and the cushion right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Now that one, you'll see it says it's a 1/2 inch here, but it doesn't say anything here because it's the same. So we're going to put the line in, right in the center, come straight up, ortho on, 0.5, that's the same as a 1/2. Now we're going to grab this tool. We're going to get the 3-point arc, and we're going to click 1, 2, and then we're going to go right to the end, 3. Now we could just go ahead and remove that line. Let's compare. Yep, looks perfect. Now we need to do this one. So this one's got a little trick to it. Line tool, we're going to float right over the middle. There it is. Comes straight out, 0.5. So there's our 0.5 line, but we need to rotate this. And we're going to do it at, I believe it's going to be 30 degrees. is. Now we can go ahead and put the arc on this one. There we go. All right. Number of ways to do that one. That's how I do it. All right, let's make sure we're not missing anything before we move over to the next view. All right, this is all good. So now, let's go this way. We're going to do the front view. And the thing is that a lot of these lines will line up with the side view, with the exception of the base here. And then this one, we don't have. We're going to have to draw that in manual. But we can use construction or guidelines to help us if we want to. So let's go ahead and switch to a bright color like yellow. And let's get the ray tool right here. And we're going to mark off here. We're going to mark off here and here. Let's leave the cushion right here where the bend begins and the bend ends. Let's mark that off. Okay, so that marks off a lot of important things. I think we've got it all. We could always go back. Let's go back to by layer and line tool. And let's see. Let's go right about here. Let's just do it by eye here. Let's put a line straight down like this. All right, so that is this line right here. That represents this line right here. Then you got a width of 1 inch, and then it comes right back down. You've got a rectangle here. Okay. So let's get the line tool, go here and go over 1 for 1 inch. Then we'll bring it straight back down to the bottom till we hit the bottom, and then bring it back this way. So now we've got this rectangle that is 1 by 1. All right, now we need to put this one in, but we don't know the distance, but we do. It's 1 foot 4 3/4, same as 1 foot 4.75. And we could put that. We'll put the line up the top here, so then we'll know. All right, so let's get the line tool. Start on the inside, so that would be the right side of it. Bring it this way. 1 foot dash 4.75. I'm going to do it by decimal point. There we go. And now let's bring this down like this. Let's go over by 1. Bring it back up. Connect and connect. There we go. So now we've got this line. Now this line goes all the way across because there's a bend right here. See the bend? So we have to mark that. There's a crease that's visible. So let's do this. Let's get the line tool. Let's start on the left side this time and bring it all the way across. We don't need to measure, just put it in like that. So this is the backrest is done. Now we need to put the seat in. So let's see what that looks like. So the seat starts on the inside here. So we've got the 2 lines marked. We just need to trace them over. But we're going to go on the inside here and here. And then let's put another line right here and here. And let's take a minute just to look at it. We need to put the cushion in. It's going to be this cushion right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of these guidelines first. Let's go ahead and do that. First I'll save. Get rid of these lines. Everything looks good. Let's put the cushion in. So I could draw a guideline over, or I can just go to the center, bring it up 0.5. We need to get this arc tool. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. And let's get rid of that. All right, now we need to do the top view. here's where things get a little crazy. Now, you'll notice that on this, I don't have measurements of the top view, but you can see it looks like that. Everything you see here, with the exception of this bend right here, which is a 1 inch bend, 1 inch radius, all these measurements are taken from here and from here using the guideline system. This is why I've been disciplining you with this. So let's set it up. So let's go to draw. Actually, let's change the color first. We'll do a bright yellow again. We'll go to draw and the ray tool. We're going to bring it up here. We're going to bring a ray here because this is where the bend and the straight line end. We're going to put one here and here because this is the top. That's the top right there. Okay. Now, let's put that 45-degree angle in. Let's do that with this bright cyan blue here. So we're going to go to this side of the line right here, bring it over, about like that. You want to just go past it, and let's rotate it at 45 degrees. Okay. Now we need to bring the guidelines up so they bounce off here and they go this way. All right, so let's see. Let's pick another color. Let's go with this magenta. And let's get the ray tool. And we need to put this one, this one, this one, and this one in. Okay. I'll take a minute to look at the picture here. Okay, everything looks good. Let's go back to the drawing. And let's bring these over. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is let's go back to by layer, and let's just use the regular line tool. You can use raise if you want. For this, I'm going to use the line tool. You're going to click, and I could either go over and trim, or I could just put it right there, which is, I think I'm going to do that. So anywhere this magenta and the cyan crossover is your point where you're going to bounce off and do the 90-degree bounce here. Okay, let's go up here. Bring that one over. Okay. And let's do this one. Okay. So here's the basic outline of the chair. Let's go ahead and trim things out here. Let's trim these out, and this out, and then this. Now we can just get rid of all these guidelines. And you're going to see why I did this on the 0 layer. Let's take these were guidelines, remember? Let's bring them over to by layer. And now they're regular lines. By the way, let's take a second to get rid of this. There we go. Save. Okay. So we just converted the guidelines to regular lines, same respect as these lines here, all on the layer 0 right now. And let's put the bend in here. So let's get the line tool, go right here, click it, and we're going to go, I don't remember if it was 1 or 0.5. We're going to try 1. Let me look at the picture here. Actually, it looks like 0.5. I'm going to try that. Okay, so I do not have it measured. So we're going to experiment here. I'm looking for the midpoint. There it is. 0.5. That'll be a nice little arc. Let's do that. Okay, so here's the arc tool. And we're going to click here. We're going to click here. And we're going to click here. So that gives us the bend. And now let's go ahead and delete. Let's delete this line. And then this line. And you're going to see something happen here. Accidentally took this and this out. So I need to redraw those back in. There. And let's redraw this one over here. And save. Now, we need to do the same thing here, but I think I have a shortcut. Copy it, bring it to the second line. Now, if I delete this, I'm going to have that same issue where I lose this and this. So I'm going to actually use the trim like that. And that's going to put that one in. Now, this one we need to do, let's see. Can we get away with it? Let's see. And then we trim. Okay. In hindsight, I would actually do these 1 inch instead. So what I'm going to do is, I don't like the way it's looking at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to redo it. And this will be interesting to see who follows me on this. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that line. I'm going to try it at a 1 inch, just like that. And let's try the arc again. Yeah, I like that better. So now we can get rid of these. No read to trim because it's already done. Let's get rid of this one. And let's copy this one. There we go. All right, so this one is a 1/2 inch bend, and this one's a 1 inch on here. Let's put the front of the cushion on. So we're going to put, this one goes in the opposite direction. It goes out this way, 0.5. Arc tool, we're going to go here, here, and here. And let's delete these out. Oops, nope. Learned my lesson the first time. Let's trim. And let's delete that one. Save. And there's our 3 views for our ortho. We can go ahead and maybe move that a little bit closer. Like that, save. And then what we need to do is label. Now I'm not going to do it because you know how to label. It should say orthographic projection, top, front, and side. Now in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and build this isometric. But I think this video is long enough. And yeah, we're good right now. All right, so don't forget to label. All right, fantastic. Bye now.